Good day everyone, especially to our dear Professor Sir Gante. We are Group 3 and today we will be discussing Chapter 3 or Module 3, which are the key components of a computer system and operating system. And now let's move on to the introduction. First of all, my name is CORPUZ. I am the group leader of this group and I will be discussing introduction up to input devices. And now let's move on. This lesson introduces the discussion of the key components of a computer system and how they work together. Now there are three main components of a computer system: the hardware, software, and the humanware. Computer associated equipment is called the hardware. Hardware is a physical component, which means we can see it or touch it. Computer software is a collection of instructions which tells what to do with the hardware. Now, software, dito po papasok yung programming. Software, it instructs the hardware or the physical components what to do. And humanware are the most important component of a computer system for some reason because people use the computer power. And now let's move on to the learning outcomes. By the end of this module, the students will be able to: number 1, explain the key components of the computer system, classify the components of a computer system, distinguish the difference between the hardware, software, and the humanware. Number 4, define operating system or the OS, identify the basic components or concepts of the operating system, and discuss and enumerate the different types of operating system. And now let's move on to the learning content. Computer system. It is a collection of entities, the hardware, software, and humanware, that are designed to receive, process, manage, and present the information in a meaningful format. Now, computer system consists of various components, like the hardware, software, and the humanware. The main purpose of a computer system is to receive data, process it through software, manage and organize it, and then present the processed information in a way that is understandable and useful to us humans. Essentially, it's a tool that helps people work with data efficiently and meaningfully. Now, let's move on to the next slide. Now, the computer system consists of primarily the 4 basic units: the input unit, the storage unit, and the central processing unit, which is the CPU, and last, the output unit. A computer performs 5 major operations or functions regardless of its size and make. These are: number 1, it accepts data or instructions as input. It stores data and instruction. Number 3, it processes data as per the instructions. Number 4, it controls all operation inside a computer. And last, it gives result in a form of an output. And now let's move on to the next slide. Ang makikita po natin dito is a computer's basic operation. Meron po tayong input, meron po tayong process, meron din storage and output. Explain ko din isa-isa. Unahin natin sa input. Computer receive data and instructions from various input devices like yung keyboards, mouse, touchscreens, pwede ring microphones, and then sa process naman. Once the data is input, the computer's CPU processes it. The CPU performs calculations, execute instructions from software, and manages data storage and retrieval. Now, sa last, sa output. After processing, computers generate output in various forms, including text on screen, images on a monitor, sounds through a speaker, printed documents, output devices like monitors, speakers, and printer displays or reproduce the results of the computer's operation. And now let's move on to the next slide, the input unit. Input unit, it's used for transfers raw data and control signals into the information processing system by the user before processing and computation. All the input devices provide the instructions. Data are transformed into binary codes, that is the primary memory acceptable format. The functions of the input unit are: number 1, accept data in sets of instructions or command. Number 2, convert the data in a form which the computer can accept. And last, number 3, provide this converted data to the computer for further processing. Move on to the next slide, which is the central processing unit, or as we call the CPU. There are two different CPUs. It's either Intel Bion or Ryzen. This is called the brain of the computer system. It consists of three parts, namely the control unit, of course, the arithmetic logic unit, and the primary storage unit. A control unit, it controls, manages, and coordinates the operations of the entire computer system. Arithmetic logic unit, it executes the instructions and performs all the calculations and decisions. Primary storage unit, it is also called as the main memory. The data which is to be output from the computer system is also temporarily stored. It is the storage section that holds the computer programs during execution. And last, it stores temporary results of intermediate processing. To the next slide, which is the input unit. It gives the result of the process and computations to the outside world. The output units accept the results produced by the computer, convert them into a human-readable form, and supply them into the users. There are few output devices like I have mentioned earlier. The monitors, the speakers, printer displays, and now the difference naman po ng input and output unit are the input units receive and process external information, while the output unit process information to external sources like the speakers or pwede din siya monitors. The components of the computer system. Computer hardware, it consists of internal and peripheral devices, all physical parts of the computer, meaning everything we can touch or see, it is a computer hardware. Input devices, output devices, central processing unit, and storage devices. Computer software, also known as the programs or applications, it gives intelligence to the computer. They are classified into two classes, namely the system software and the application software. And last, the humanware, it is the person who operates the computer. The user commands the computer system to execute on instructions. Sa summarize ko lang po yung three components ng computer system. Hardware is the physical components which we can see or touch. Software is the brain that controls them. Sila yung nagbibigay ng instruction sa hardware, yung computer software. And humanware is the user who interacts with both the computer hardware and the software. Ang nagko-control dyan is yung humanware. Now, the hardware performs tasks. Software provides instructions and the user bridge the two, making the computer system work together smoothly. And now let's move on to the next slide, which is the computer hardware components. It consists of all the machineries, equipment in a computer system. In general, computer hardware is categorized according to which of the 5 computer operations it performs. Number 1, the input device, the processing devices, the storage devices, and last, the output devices. And now, the input devices naman. It is any electronic device connected to a computer that produces input signals, and it is also used to enter the data and instruction into the computer. It translates data from a form that human can understand, one the other computer can work with.
Good day everyone, I am Marjorie and I will be discussing the classification of input devices. First, we have the input devices for text and images. First, we have a keyboard. A keyboard is an input device that is used to enter data into a computer or any other electronic device by pressing a key. Next, we have a graphic table. A graphic table is a device that consists of a flat, touch-sensitive pad used by the artist that allows them to draw a picture on a computer screen without having to use a mouse or a keyboard. Next, we have a scanner. A scanner can capture physical items such as photographs, drawings, or pages of text and create an electronic version that can be edited or on a computer. Next, we have a barcode reader, also known as a barcode scanner. It is an input device that is capable of reading barcodes found on products, tickets, and other items. Next, we have a magnetic ink character reader. It is an input device used mainly by the banking industry. It is a machine that recognizes numeric data printed with a magnetically charged ink. Next, we have an optical mark reader. It is an electronically extracting intended data from market fields. It is used to scan printed form and reads predefined positions and records where marks are made on the form. Next, we have a digital camera. It is an input device that can capture images and store that image on a memory card. Now, let's define what is input devices for audio. Um, the first one, we have the microphone. Microphone is an input device that allows the user to record sounds and input them into their computer. The next one is the MIDI keyboard or the controller keyboard. It's an input device that a musical instrument like a piano that can send MIDI signals or commands to other devices or computers. Next is the input device for video. Video input refers to the method of transmitting video signals from a source device to a display device, and this device source, such as webcams, cameras, and digital videos. Now let's define what is a pointing device. This device allows the user to control a pointer on a screen and allows the user to perform various actions such as clicking, selecting, dragging, and pointing an object or a text on the screen. Now, let's define what is output device. Output devices is a hardware that is capable of delivering or showing information, and after processing the input data, the computer will give its output, and this output can be in two different formats: the soft copy, which is the visually presented or through sounds, and the hard copy, which is the tangible or something that you can touch. And these are the different types of output devices. As you can see on the screen, we have the LCD monitor, LED monitor, LCD projector, laser printer, and so on. Now, let's define what is storage devices. Storage devices is a hardware device that is used in storing, porting, and extracting data files and objects. And there are types of computer storage: the primary storage and the secondary storage. The first computer storage is the primary storage. This primary storage is the main memory of a computer. And there are two types of primary storage: the RAM and the ROM. Now let's define what is the difference between these two. RAM, or the random access memory, is the type of storage that the data or the program can be read or written. It stores data during and after work, and it can retrieve and store data in a volatile, or which means that the program are lost when the computer is powered off. And also, a computer uses RAM to hold temporary instruction and data. It is enabled the CPU, which is the central processing unit, to access instruction and data very quickly. While the ROM, or the read-only memory, on the other hand, can only read the data but cannot be written. It is a type of memory that is permanently stored inside the computer. ROM is a non-volatile, which means it holds the program and the data when whether the computer is powered off. Also, programs in ROM can be pre-recorded. It only be stored once and cannot be changed. The second computer storage is the secondary storage. Now, what is secondary storage? This type of storage is an alternative storage that serve your work or documents. It is a removable, internal or external, and also it's non-volatile, which means that it does not need power or to maintain the information, and it will store the information until it is erased. And there are three types of secondary storage: the magnetic medium, optical medium, and the flash memory, which will be discussed by the next presenter. That's all. Thank you.
Good day everyone, my name is Marjorie Degenion. I will present to you the types of secondary storage. First, magnetic medium. It is commonly used for secondary storage purposes, providing reliable and efficient storage solutions. There are four types of magnetic medium. These are floppy disk, were once a popular portable storage medium but have become obsolete due to their limited capacity. Hard disk drive or HDDs, known for their capacity and fast data backups. Magnetic tapes. It is used for long-term data storage. Video cassette. It is used for recording and playing back audio and video signals. Second one, optical medium. It encompasses various types of optical discs, such as CDs and DVDs. These discs are typically composed of a polycarbonate substrate layer with a reflective layer, usually made of aluminum, and protective outer layer. Flash memory. It stores in memory cells, similar to DRAM, but retains the data even when the power is turned off, just like a hard disk drive. Flash memory is commonly used in portable devices, such as USB, memory cards, and solid-state drives or SSDs. These devices offer high-speed data storage and retrieval, making them popular choices for strong files, documents, photos, and videos, and more. These units are used to represent the increasing amount of data that can be stored or transmitted as technology advances. It's important to note that these values are based on powers of 2 binary, which is why the conversion from one unit to another is in multiples of 1024 rather than 1000. System unit. The system unit is a box-like case that houses the computer's components or main components. Parts of system unit: motherboard or mainboard. In summary, the motherboard acts as a central hub for all major components of a computer system, facilitating communication and data transfer between them. It plays a critical role in ensuring that all the hardware components work together harmoniously. Next one. Hard disk drive storage. A type of storage device commonly used in computers. It is used to store programs, data, and other files when the computer is not in use. Third, optical drive is a device that allows you to read and write data on optical discs. Optical discs like CDs and DVDs use laser technology to store and retrieve information. Memory or RAM. In summary, memory or RAM is the temporary working area for a computer's processor. It stores and provides quick access to data and instructions, resulting in efficient computation and task execution during the system's operation. Microprocessor or Central Processing Unit or CPU. The microprocessor, or also known as the Central Processing Unit or CPU, is often referred to as the brain of a computer. It is responsible for executing instructions and performing calculations that are fundamental to a computer's operation. In summary, the microprocessor or CPU is a critical component of a computer, responsible for carrying out instructions and calculations necessary for the computer to function. It plays a central role in determining a computer's overall performance and capabilities. There are three components of the CPU. These are the control unit, arithmetic logic unit, and registers. Sixth, computer power supply is an essential component that provides electrical power to all the parts inside the computer. The computer power supply is a critical component that ensures the reliable and safe operation of all the parts within a computer system by supplying them with the necessary electrical power. Number 7. Heat sink or fan. An essential component in keeping the CPU or Central Processing Unit cool. The heat sink is a metal block with numerous fins that serve to dissipate heat. It sits directly on top of the CPU to absorb and transfer heat away from the processor. Number 8. Network card. A network card, also known as a network interface card or NIC, or Ethernet card. It's a hardware component that allows a computer to physically connect to a network. 9. Sound card. A sound card is an expansion and commonly used in computers to enable the input and output of audio signals. It allows the computer to process and produce sound, including playing music, games, videos, and other multimedia content. 10. Graphic cards. A graphic cards are also known as a video card or GPU, graphics processing unit. It is an expansion card that is responsible for generating and outputting images, videos, and graphics to a display device such as a monitor or TV. In summary, a graphics card is a crucial component providing high-quality images, videos, and graphics on a computer display by uploading graphics processing tasks from the CPU to a dedicated GPU. 11. Chipset. A chipset refers to a collection of integrated circuits or chips that are responsible for providing essential functions and connectivity within a computer system. This includes the switching circuitry needed to process and transfer data between different components of the computer, such as the CPU, memory, storage devices, and peripherals. The chipset plays a crucial role in enabling the smooth flow of data and ensuring the proper functioning of the computer system as a whole. 12. Cooling fan. It is an electrical device used to cool down components or equipment by circulating air or removing heat from them. It is commonly used in various applications such as computers, electronic devices, automobiles, and industrial machinery. 13. CMOS battery. The CMOS battery, also known as the motherboard battery or RTC, real-time clock battery, is a small, cylindrical battery found on the computer's motherboard. It plays a crucial role in providing power to the CMOS, or complementary metal oxide semiconductor, when the computer is turned off. 14. IDE, Integrated Drive Electronics Controller. The IDE controller, also known as the Integrated Drive Electronics Controller, it is responsible for controlling the hard drive and CD-ROM, compact disk to read-only memory. In a computer system, it manages the data transfer between the storage devices and the computer's motherboard or system bus. Number 15. SATA or Serial Advanced Technology Attachment Controller. The SATA controller is a critical component in modern computer systems, providing faster data transfer speeds, improved capable design, hot swapping capabilities, and other features that enhance storage devices, performance, and flexibility. It has largely replaced the older IDE controller due to its superior capabilities and efficiency.
First of all, ako nga pala si Mark Arthur A. de Guzman. Ano nga ba ang computer software components? Computer software that is refers to the set of computer programs procedures that describe the programs how they are to be used. We can say that this is the collection of programs which can increase the capabilities of the hardware software guides the computer at every step where to start and stop during a particular job. The process of software development is called programming. Computer software is the generic term or organized collection of code representing instructions executed by a computer. Software is often written first as source of code and then converted to a binary format that is specific to the device on which the code will be executed. Ano nga ba ang computer software? Computer software consists of various components that work together and enable the computer to perform tasks and run applications. Categories of software. Computer software is normally classified into two broad categories. Number 1, system software. Ano nga ba ang system software? System software, these are the general program designed to perform tasks such as controlling all the operations required to move data into out of the computer. Number 2, application software. Ano nga ba ang application software? Application software, an application system on a receive referred to an application software or simply app is a set of computer program designed to be perform a specific task or function for user. System software. Ano nga ba ang system software? System software is made of necessary application that control computer hardware including the operating system and hardware driver. It is in charge of operating and enabling software to run on a computer. The following diagram is shown in figure 3.29 is the relation between hardware, software, and you as a user computer system. This is the example of figure 3.29 relation between hardware, software, and user. Types of software operating system. This is software that controls, monitors the running application. It provides a platform of software developers who want to design applications with the OS in mind. It is responsible for the management, coordination, activities, and the sharing of the resource of the computer and user. Example ng figure 3.30 operating systems and interface between computer and user. Function of an operating system. The part of the OS that manages the computer resources is known as the kernel, otherwise known as the supervisor program to manage the computer resource, CPU, memory, and peripherals. Figure 3.31, this is the example of function of an operating system. Most operating system perform of the following. Letter A, memory management. Ano nga ba ang memory management? Na several programs can be opened at once on the OS, allocate memory to each program that is running including itself. Ibig sabihin nito ay is the process of organizing and controlling RAM, random access memory, on the computer to make sure that the data and programs are given the space and required to execution and the effective use of the resource, avoiding conflicts and maximizing performance. Letter B, resource allocation and sharing. Ano nga ba ito? Some computer system can multitask, i.e. several programs can run at once. The OS allocates processing time, memory, and resources to each. Ibig sabihin nito ay our sharing refer the process distributing, managing computer hardware, software resources among different tasks or users to ensure the multiple processes can run concurrently, utilizing available resources effectively and avoiding conflicts. Letter C, backstore management. The OS maintains a directly of the HDD so that the files and free space can be located quickly. The OS controls the transfer of the data from disk to memory and back again. Ibig sabihin nito ay maintain the long-term and the retrievable information in computer. It requires duties including allocation, data retrieval, and assuring data integrity. Letter D, interrupt handling. The OS will detect interrupts. Example, when the printers are out of the paper, when the user pressing the ASC keyword, or when the hardware device or an application is malfunctioning, the OS will display the appropriate error message and may suggest corrective action of the user. Ibig sabihin nito ay sa fundamental aspect of computer system operation where the normal flow of a CPU's instruction is temporarily halted to process an external event or request. Letter E, process management. It helps OS to create and delete process. It also provides mechanism for synchronization and communication among process. Ibig sabihin nito ay it involves overseeing the controlling the execution of multiple tasks or processes within the computer system. Letter F, file management. Manage the file or related activities such as organization, storage, retrieval, naming, sharing, and protection of files. Ibig sabihin nito ay system allows admins to set limits, permissions, roles, or files, includes granting different level of access to files, assigning role for a specific user. Letter G, device management. It keeps track of all devices to this module also responsible for this task is known as the I/O controller. It also performs the task of allocation and deallocation of the device. Ibig sabihin ng device management is the process of controlling and coordinating the various hardware devices connected to a computer system. Letter H, I/O system management. Ano nga ba ito? One of the main objects of any OS is the hide of the peculiarities of the hardware device from the user. Ibig sabihin nito ay this allows the system to communicate with each device and access its data or resources. Letter I, secondary storage management. System of the several levels of storage which includes primary storage, secondary storage, and cache storage. Instruction of the data must be stored in primary storage or cache so that the running program can reference it. Ibig sabihin nito ay is the classical feature that the database management system is usually supported through a set of mechanisms. Letter J, security. This module protects the data and information computer system against malware threat and authorized access. Ibig sabihin nito ay refers the specific step of measure the use to protect the OS from threat, viruses, worms, and malware or remote hacker institution. Letter K, command interpretation. This module is interpreting the commands given by the acting system resource the process of the commands. Ibig sabihin nito ay the main of the function of the command interpreter is to get the execute of the next user specific command. Letter L, networking. Distributed system is the group of processes which do not share memory, hardware devices, or a clock. The process communicate with none another through the network. Ibig sabihin ito ay an essential operating system that operates on several and control at networks data. Letter M, job accounting. It keeps a track and time resource used by the various job and users. Ibig sabihin nito, it also assists you in evaluating the overall use of your system. Letter N, communication management. Multiple process communicates with one another through communication lines in the network.
My name is John Paul M. DAQUIAG and this is my presentation. Types of operating system. Number 1. Batch operating system. Batch operating system is a type of operating system where the users submit their tasks in advance to be proposed in batches. These tasks are collected, executed, and one after the other without user intervention, and the results are typically printed or stored for later retrieval. Batch systems are often used in scenarios where efficiency in resource utilization and crucial, such as large-scale data processing or running repeatedly tasks in a business environment. Number 2. Multitasking time-sharing operating system. Multitasking time-sharing operating system is also known as time-sharing in an operating system capability that allows multiple programs or tasks to run currently on a single computer, with the CPU rapidly switching between them to give the appearance of simultaneous execution. Number 3. Real-time real-time. Real-time operating system is designed to provide immediate and predictable response times to tasks and events, making it crucial for applications where precise timing and low latency are critical, such as industrial automation and aerospace systems. Distributed operating system. Distributed operating system manages and coordinates a network of interconnected computers, enabling them to work together as a single integrated system, often used in large-scale distributed computing environment. Network operating system. Network operating system is software that manage and control network resources and services, facilitating communication, data sharing, and source access among interconnected devices. Mobile OS or Mobile Operating System. Mobile operating system is a specialized software platform designed to run on smartphone and tablet, providing essential functions of support and a user interface tailored for mobile devices. Example of operating system. The Unix operating system is a versatile and influential operating system renowned for its multi-user multitasking capabilities, which has heavily influenced the development of modern computing systems. The Macintosh OS, also known as MacOS, is Apple's proprietary operating system for Mac computers, celebrated for its user-friendly interface, robust performance, and seamless integration with other Apple devices and services. The MS-DOS Microscope-based operating system is a historical early command line-based operating system developed by Microsoft widely used during the early days of personal computing for IBM-compatible PCs. Microscope Windows operating system is a widely used operating system that provides a graphical user interface and multitasking capabilities, allowing users to run applications, manage files, and interact with their computer in a user-friendly manner. Linux is an open-source operating system renowned for its stability, security, and versatility used across a wide range of computing devices and server environments. The second one is Utilities Program. Utilities Program is a software designed to perform various system or task-related functions such as file management, system optimization, or troubleshooting to enhance the efficiency and stability of a computer or devices. Third one is device drivers. Device drivers are software components that enable communication between an operating system and hardware devices, allowing the operating system to control and utilize the function of these devices. Application software. Application software refers to a category of computer program designed to specialize a specific task or user function, such as word processing, web browsing, or gaming, providing users with the tools to perform various activities on their devices. Types of application software. Proprietary application software is also known as customized software, refers to software developed especially for a particular organization or individual unique needs, and is typically owned and controlled by the entity as opposed to off-the-shelf software available to general public. Packaged software. Packaged software is also known as off-the-shelf software, refers to pre-designed software applications that are developed for the general market and can be franchised and used by multiple organizations or individuals without extensive customization. Example of application software. Word processing software. Word processing software is a type of application software that enables users to create, edit, format, and print text document, making it a valuable tool for tasks like writing, editing, and formatting writing context. Desktop publishing software. Desktop publishing software is a software of application used for creating and designing documents with a complex layout, including text, images, and graphics, often used for producing newsletters, brochures, and magazines. 3. Spreadsheet software. Spreadsheet software is an application that allows users to create, organize, analyze, and manipulate numerical data and perform calculation using rows and columns in a grid-like format, making it valuable for tasks like budgeting, data analysis, and financial modeling. Database software. Database software is a type of application that enables users to store, manage, organize, and retrieve large volumes of structured data efficiently, often used for tasks like record keeping, data analysis, and information retrieval. 5. Presentation software. Presentation software is an application that allows users to create and deliver visual presentations, typically using slides with text, images, and multimedia elements, making it useful for communicating ideas or information in a structured and engaging format. Internet browser. Internet browser is a software application that allows users to access and navigate the World Wide Web, enabling them to view websites and interact with online context. 7. Email program. Email programs is also known as email clients, are software applications that enable users to send, create, organize, and manage electronic messages, providing a means of communication through email. 8. Graphics program or pixel-based. Graphics program pixel-based are software applications used for creating and editing digital images and pixel level, allowing users to manipulate individual dots and colors to design and modify pictures or illustration. Number 9. Graphic graphics program of vector-based. Graphic program of vector-based is is a is software application used for creating and editing images using geometric shape and mathematical equation, allowing users to design and modify images that can be scaled to any size without losing quality. 10. Communication software. Communication software is a type of application that facilitates the, the exchange of messages, data or information between individuals or devices, often including those for email, instant messaging, video conferencing, and collaboration.
Hello everyone, my name is Paul Joseph Cortez and today I'm going to discuss about the capabilities of software. A. Object linking and embedding, as known as OLE. It allows information to be shared between applications. Example, a spreadsheet created in Excel can be imported into Word. This is a technology that facilitates the sharing of information between different applications. B. Portability of data. People who have different types of computers with different operating system and applications often to transfer files and programs among their computers. FTP, File Transfer Protocol, allows files to be transferred over the internet among different types of computers. It is important when individuals with different types of computers, operating systems, and applications need to transfer files and programs between their machines. File Transfer Protocol (FTP) enables the transfer of files over the internet across various computer platforms. C. Upgradability. Software upgrades can provide new and useful features, but they can also cause problems, such as documents may not be compatible versions. Example, a Word 6 file can be read in Word 97, but a Word 97 file cannot be read in Word 6. Data formatting may be lost if a Word 97 documents is saved to Word 6 format, because Word 97 contains new features that Word 6 does not have. Upgraded software frequently required more memory, more disk space, and faster processor, so hardware need to be upgraded. This can offer new and beneficial features, but it can also introduce certain challenges. Incompatibility issues may arise where documents created in older versions may not be compatible with newer versions. For instance, a Word 6 file can be opened in Word 97, but a Word 97 file cannot be opened in Word 6. Humanware. It describes the customer experience of software and hardware. More particularly, it has to do with the facilities of a computer system being developed based on the interests and needs of a user. It is also called as the livingware. It refers to the users of the computer system, either direct or indirect users. Different types of peopleware. Computer engineers, symbol analysts, computer operator, software engineers, technicians, web developer, server administrator, information technology specialist, individual people who uses computer in their job, entertainment, etc., programmer, database administrator, project manager. Computer engineers, they are engaged in software design and application to address the needs of a particular industry or sector. They are primarily responsible for the update in the software as well as providing additional customization of current software to ensure the system's functionality. Engineering computers, they work on software development and application to meet the demands of a specific area or industry. They are largely in charge of updating the software and further customizing the currently installed software to guarantee the system's functionality. Software engineers, they are primarily responsible for the design and development of the software of the computers as well as its testing and evaluation. They are largely in charge of creating, testing, and evaluating the computer software as well as its design and development. Information technology specialists, they tasked to plan and coordinate the installation, operation, troubleshooting, and maintenance of the computer software and the hardware systems. They are working on creating websites, navigational structures, IT professionals. They are responsible for the upkeep and repair of computers and servers. They are also responsible for building, maintaining computer networks. Website designer. They are engaged in the construction of the navigation schemes of a website. A website designer is a professional who specializes in creating a combination of technical skills and creative abilities. They are knowledgeable about various design principles, usability guidelines, and industry best practices. Computer technicians. They are in charge with the repair and maintenance of computers and its servers. They also build or configure new hardware as well as installing and bringing up to date the software. They are also tasked with the creation and maintenance of computer networks. A computer technician is a professional who specializes in diagnosing, repairing, and maintaining computer hardware, software, and network systems. Computer operator. They are responsible for monitoring and controlling computer systems, especially mainframe computer systems in a company or organization. They are in charge of overseeing and imaging computer systems, particularly mainframe systems in a business or organization. System analysts. They work to solve problems related to computer technology. Many analysts set up new computer systems, both the hardware and software, and add new software applications to increase computer productivity. They deal with issues involving computer technology to boost computer productivity. Many analysts install new computer systems, including the hardware and software. Project manager. They are the person who has the overall responsibility for the successful initiation, planning, design, execution, monitoring, controlling, and closure of a project. This person in charge of overseeing the project's overall success, including its successful inception, planning, design. Programmer. They refer to a specialist in one of a computer programming or to a generalist who writes code for many kinds of software. They refer to a generalist who creates code for various types of software or to a specialist who specializes in one area of computer programming. Database administrator. They are responsible for the performance, monitoring, security, integrity, troubleshooting, as well as backup and data recovery of a database. They use specialized software to store and organize data. They are responsible for the performance, monitoring, security, integrity, troubleshooting, as well as backup and data recovery of a database. Server administrator. It has the overall of a server. This is usually in the context of a business organization where a server administrator oversees the performance and condition of multiple servers in the business, or it can be in the context of a single person running a game server. Server administrator is responsible for the management, operation, and maintenance of computer servers within an organization's network.